Hi everyone. If there's anyone there, I can't actually see yet. How is everyone? If there is anyone, let me know if you're there. Let me get to a spot where I can see. Hi Bree. Okay, let me figure out how to, there we go. Okay, I think I wrenched you, Bree. So you should be able to mod for me now. I think it's just you and me. Oh, there's Denise. Hi. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. I'm freaking out. I have been avoiding doing YouTube for so long. But it was time to do something. So I'm excited to be here. I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not used to being by myself on a YouTube. I've been with Misty and I've been with Sarah and David and Jason. But this is different for me to just be like by myself. So you guys will have to let me know how the stream is going because it always looks fine to me, but I don't have the best internet where I live. So if there's any issues, please let me know. I'll do my best to troubleshoot, but I'm still figuring stuff out. So hello, Renata. Welcome. So today I'm just doing a haul and a little bit of a chat. I just wanted to get to know you guys. I want you guys to get to know me as, you know, as a person and as a seller. And I wanted to show you guys everything that I got when I was in Southern California. I took a trip. That's why I've been gone for the last week. I didn't have any sales or anything last week because my family and I took a trip down to Southern California. And we went to Orange, which has great antique malls. Orange, California. Their whole downtown is antique malls. So we went to like 6. And my husband and I went to Oogie Boogie Bash at California Adventure. So I'm sure you can see right here the ears. This is sneak peek a little. This is an item I got in Orange. So I got a glass head. Hi, Catherine. Hi, thank you for being here. So this is, I guess, a sneak peek. This is one of the first things I got in Orange. And she's displaying my Oogie Boogie Bash ears right now. But she will be going bye-bye tomorrow. So for those of you who follow me on Whatnot, you know I'm usually a pretty meticulous cataloger. And you'll probably notice my catalog for my sale tomorrow is completely empty. And that's because I couldn't catalog anything because it's all right here for the haul. I did this whole idea kind of last minute. I was teeter-tottering, like, do I do it? Do I not? I'm kind of scared. But Misty, Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter, she finally wore me down. She's been trying to get me to do this for like a year. Finally wore me down, and I finally decided to do it. So most of what you see today is going to be available on Whatnot tomorrow. So if there's anything that you're like, gotta have it, you'll find it probably tomorrow, unless I state otherwise, because there are a few items that are going to be for later sales or eBay. So that's the long and short of it. Let's see who's here. Roxanne, hi. Colleen, hi. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I'm really nervous. Really nervous. It probably doesn't look like it because I got a pretty good poker face, but I'm really nervous. You can ask Bree, and if Misty pops in, I'm freaking out. So tomorrow, 4 p.m. My sales are almost always at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Hi, Sandy. Hi. Thank you for coming. Hi, hi, hi. All right, so I have all of my stuff that I got in Southern California, and then I had a huge shopping spree. Hi, Carrie. Yes, I know. I got the notification you subscribed, and I was like, yes, Carrie. Um, I have all the stuff I bought in Southern California with me today to show, and then I also have a bunch of stuff that I had bought at the antique fair here in Lodi, where I live in California. I got a ton of stuff there, and then I also went to an antique mall in my hometown and got a ton of stuff. So I have kind of two separate hauls. We'll see what we have time for, because I also don't want to keep you guys forever, and I talk a lot. Um, so yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna start with the small stuff because it's just right here. So I'm gonna start off with this guy right here. So this was one of the last things I picked up. It is a Mosser cat. It's not Fenton, but it is a Mosser. It's on the more contemporary side, but look at, it's Halloween. So it's got a hand-painted pumpkin scarecrow little guy, and then the bats on the chest, and then cute little face. Not my face, its face. So it's very reminiscent of the Fenton cats, but the way you can tell Mosser and Fenton cats apart, Mosser has hair texture to them. They've always had fur. They're like a fluffy cat, whereas Fenton is almost like a Siamese. It's very smooth and sleek and a little less chunky. So this is Mosser, hand painted. It does have its artist signature, excellent condition. So this will be available tomorrow, as well as a fairy lamp that is a pumpkin. This is also Mosser. It is on the more contemporary end, so it has a iridescent white base in their traditional diamond pattern and a hand-painted pumpkin, and the hand painting goes all the way around. And I just thought it was too stinking cute. It is so cute. So I got a pretty good deal on both of these. So I'm really excited to bring them. They were like the last things I picked up. They were on a shelf as I was walking out, and I just grabbed them. So I was really excited. And I happened to hit the antique malls. A lot of them were having like 50% off, 40% off, and that never happens near me. Like the antique malls near me, or nearest to me, almost never run sales. But I happened to hit the antique malls in Orange. We happened to be there like right at the last week of this big sale that most of them were doing. So a lot of this stuff was like 30, 40, 50% off. And you know, that's what I'm talking about. A clearance or a deal. I'm all about that life. So, as most resellers are. So the next thing I got is just a cute little glass star. It has a really nice waffle pattern to it. It is iridescent. I don't know the maker. I wasn't really able to find anything. It does have a bit of a pontil, so it was a pontiled piece, meaning it was on a rod and then they snap it off after it's produced. But I just thought it was really, really interesting. It's different and it's pretty lightweight, but it is solid glass. It's not hollow. It has a little bit of a swirl to it. I don't know if it's going to pick up, but it is just, it's really pretty. And it was just really cute. Hi, Misty. Hello. I was just telling everybody that you wore me down. I've been talking about doing this for a year, and you finally wore me down. So here I am. But it is a cute little star piece. While you're here, Misty, let me just show you this. This is this is the first pixie I've ever purchased. And it is just, it has googly eyes, which if you know me, I put googly eyes, glow in the dark googly eyes on all of my kitchen appliances and my computers. So all over my house is glow in the dark googly eyes. It's just a thing my husband and I have always done. We started doing it in college and we just never stopped. So every new appliance we get always has googly eyes. So I just have a thing for these freaking the googly eyes. And the cold paint, other than the wear right here, is actually pretty good, because reds and oranges are usually the first colors to flake off because they're so pigmented. They tend to just kind of flake. But he is just so stinking cute. And I don't know if the eyes are original or not. Does anyone know? Because I don't know I don't know diddly squat about this type of stuff. I'm trying to learn, but I don't know anything. So does anyone know? Hi! Hi, everyone who's coming in. And I'm sorry if I'm looking up, looking down. My phone with the camera's here and the chat's down here. So you may see me going up and down. You do think they're original? They could, yeah, they might or might be, but it's just so weird, and I love it. I love it. It's just so odd. And also, he would look cute for Halloween. I mean, besides the fact he's got the little googly eyes, I mean, something like that with the fairy lamp. So stinking cute. We're not going to pull it, David. Hi, Helen. Hi, Adrian. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm very excited, but I've already said I'm also very nervous. So, and if I'm talking too fast, just let me know. It's a nervous habit. So, let's see. Oh, so I thought this was really cool. It is a Mount St. Helens egg, glass egg. Here, I have a thing to block my face. Let me get that out so it'll stop focusing on me. So I have this Mount St. Helens, now I can't see, egg. And what that means is after the eruption of Mount St. Helens, they used the ash to basically carnivalize and to add effect to glass as kind of a souvenir, which is kind of a weird thing to make a souvenir for, because did people die? I feel like it was probably, I mean, I know it was a major, yeah, see, there you go. People died. That's kind of a weird souvenir. I guess it's just like, I lived, here's, some pretty stuff as commemorative measure, but it's really pretty. There's a lot of like fake Mount St. Helens glass online. Like when you see people claim stuff as Mount St. Helens glass, it's only Mount St. Helens if it's signed, which is what I learned. And this one it does say MSH 89 on it. And it has a really pretty effect to it. Really pretty carnivalization. Yeah, I know lots of people collect it, and I didn't know anything about it. I'd never heard of it. I actually think I heard about it for the first time from one of your guys' sales, Misty. I think you sold a piece or someone mentioned it, and I was like, being the nerd I am when it comes to glass, I was like, well, I gotta find out about that. So I did. I Googled it. And it's really pretty. It's not going to show up super well on camera, but it is like a red and orange speckle. Well, you can kind of see it. There's a glare. Sorry. There's like a speckly effect in the egg below the carnivalization. So it's just really interesting. And if you're someone who's into like paperweights or something like that, it would go well with your paperweight. Like I saw somebody mention the star earlier. I mean, those don't go too bad together, I don't think. Let's see what's next. Okay. I don't know anything about these. I just grabbed them because they were $1 and they were really cute. They're salt and pepper shakers, but they're rocking horses. And they actually, like, if you sit them down, they will actually rock. Now, they're not the same color, so I don't know if they came together. I'm assuming, I don't know. This one's a really pretty aqua, and it has like a maroon mane and tail. They're both missing their stoppers, and they don't say anything, but their tags were marked Japan when I bought them, so I'm gonna go with that. This one's like a it's like a gravel color. That's such a bad description, Jay. Gravel color, but you know, it's like a taupey gray, but it also has speckles, and then it has the matching maroon, and the holes are in the head, just kind of morbid. See, you know, but I guess you could use this one as pepper since it's speckly, and then that one is salt. But I just thought they were really cute, like just as figural pieces to add a little bit of interest, you know, on a shelf or something. And the fact that they actually rock kills me. I mean, I don't know what it is about rocking stuff, because I have more stuff that rocks that shouldn't rock that I got. I don't know why. Stuff that moves that shouldn't move, I guess. I don't know. Now, this is an item. I bought it from an antique store. It is not antique. It's not even really vintage. This item is not for sale. It is mine. But I figured I'd show it anyway. So it is a Roger Rabbit ornament in the shape of an ear hat. Now, I freaking love Who Framed Roger Rabbit. In fact, I collect Who Framed Roger Rabbit art, memorabilia, collectibles. I have quite a bit. If anyone's ever seen any videos or pictures I've done with granite colored, yes, Sandy, that would have been a better description for that. Granite colored, gravel colored. I think granite was where I was going with that, and I couldn't quite get there. But if anyone's ever seen my dining room wall in the background of some of my old like videos with Misty, or in the past, like for Vintage Rescue Squad, you'll know I have a huge Jessica Rabbit picture from Disney. And I am actually going to get a Jessica Rabbit tattoo at some point too. So I freaking love this thing. And the best part is, if you've ever been on the Roger Rabbit ride in Disneyland, it spins. Well, this spins to emulate the ride. And it has Baby Herman and the Weasels on the back, Jessica and Roger on the front, and then obviously Benny, the cab. And I love it. I have about 50 Jessica Rabbit pins. I have Jessica Rabbit art. I have collectibles. I'm looking for the Funko Pop. I know that that's not vintage either, but well, at this point, actually, it might be, because it was an early pop. It very well might be. But yeah, huge collector. So this one is mine. It is not for sale. It is going with my collection. I also have I have a 24-inch Jessica Rabbit statue that's in storage right now. And I love her. All right. So yeah, it's such a good movie. I love it. And I love the mix of characters in it. Sorry, take a sippy. All right, so next up is a slag glass daisy and button. It's not Fenton. I think it's oh gosh, Jay. I did the research on it. It's not Imperial. It's not L.A. Smith. But wait, no, it's not marked. I can't remember. It'll come to me. It's not Kanawha. I can't remember. If anyone remembers who has the big daisy and button with like the big buttons, but I actually have two matching ones. So these will also be available tomorrow, as is most of this. But it's funny because they're slag glass, but they have almost an identical pattern to them in the slag, which is really, maybe, I don't think that's who I came up with, Sandy, Joe St. Clair. I don't know. I'll have to go back and double check my research. But it's kind of interesting because they have almost an identical pattern to the slag, which they really shouldn't. But like one side is almost completely white, and then you turn it around and it's like, looks kind of like an elephant head. So that's kind of odd. Even the bottoms. So I think it was, yeah, maybe they are L.E. Smith. I can't remember. I will have it in the description of the catalog tomorrow for the sale. But both of these will be available separately. So if there's 2 of you who are into them, then there's 2 of them. You could also use them as shot glasses if you really wanted to. But yeah, they're definitely machine made. So that I think they're probably 20s, 30s, maybe 40s. And the reason I say that is because they have almost that identical slag to them. So a machine was injecting color in, or injecting the glass in a very identical way. So that's the only thing I can think of for why they're so the same. All right. Oh my gosh. It's a toaster. Okay, it's a toaster, right? I love small stuff, like mini stuff, and it works. But the best part is it's freaking salt and pepper shakers. They're salt and pepper shakers. So you have your salt, which is your not toasted yet toast. And then you have your pepper, which is like your burnt toast, or I guess a rye toast if you want to be positive about it. And it works. Like it pops up. Stuff like this really gets me. Now, it needs to be cleaned up. This one I haven't gotten to cleaning up yet, but it is patent pending, made in the US. And the salt one does have a little bit of conditional issue. Like the plastic has definitely seen better days, but it's more for the, you know, the effect. And I made them call the vendor for this one because the price tag, none of us could read the price. So it was either a really low dollar amount or a really high dollar amount, and we could not tell. So they had to actually call the vendor. And the vendor's like, "You're really calling me about a freaking toaster salt and pepper shaker?" But heck yeah, I wanted it. But I wasn't going to pay the big number for it. So now this next piece is actually, I got one other piece of Fenton in Southern California. This is one of the 2 items I got. But it is a pink milk glass. Well, it's not really pink milk glass. It's pink opaline, but it's basically like it's the same tone as the pink milk glass shoe. It's the cat slipper. I don't typically buy the shoes, but this is a highly collectible color. It does have a bit of a bubble, which is a bummer, right at the top, because like when you look at it a certain way, it almost looks like a crack. But I checked it over really well. It's not a crack. It is in fact a bubble, but it is a really collectible color. People are always looking for the pink opaline, the pink milk glass. And this would be, I believe, 40s, 30s, 40s, maybe 50s. See, I did all the research for all these items and I didn't bring my notepad with me. So off the top of my head, I can't think. I think it's 40s, but it's a really lovely peachy pink. You can kind of see the slight translucency to it at the top, but really collectible color. So I'm gonna try it on Whatnot. If it doesn't do well on Whatnot, or if no one's interested in it, then it will go to eBay. Okay. And just a reminder for those of you who came in a little later, most of the items you are seeing me show will be available on my Whatnot sale tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And unless I state otherwise, so almost everything from my Southern California trip will be available tomorrow. When we get to the stuff that was from not Southern California, I'll let you guys know. Most of that stuff will be available in later sales. So just a FYI, we're still on my Southern California haul. So next up is penguins. So I just figured these would be so cute for the winter. They were handmade by a local artist down south. At least that's what the booth said that I bought them from. They didn't say who the artist was, which is kind of a bummer, but they did say that they were locally made, and they do in fact look handmade, just judging by the fact that they're hollow right there, like they're cut out at the legs. Thank you, Brie. So there's a little one, and then there's a bigger one, and they're just cute little penguins. They have adorable little faces. They're hand glazed, handmade. They have little thingies on the bottom to keep them from scratching. So I just thought these would be really cute for the winter, for winter decor. Okay, so now we'll move on to the bigger stuff. Got a cart full back here. Okay, these, everyone has seen lucite grapes. Everyone. But have you ever seen lucite raspberries? Raspberries. Because I haven't until now. They're on a piece of wood like lucite grapes. They are lucite. They make that traditional lucite sound. And some of them do, in fact, glow. Let me close the window so you can see it better. Arms are too short. Oh, you're not going to be able to see still. Some of them do and some of them don't. But you're not going to really, you can't really see either way. Some of them do have more of a green glow than others. But I just thought they were different. They're really different. And I really like them. Because I will admit, thank you, Shanna. I'm not a huge fan of the lucite grapes. I know that's crazy, but they're just not my thing. But these are just weird. They're different. And they have like little pebbles in the tips to give them an effect. So in the lucite, they have little pebbles like you would put, like almost like in a fish tank, you know, like those little tiny colored pebbles. They put those in the lucite. So they're just different. Like you could hang them. I mean, and this isn't even how raspberries grow. But, you know, hey, artistic choice. Dawn, maybe eventually, but I wanted to get my feet on the ground first. I know that in order to successfully do lives on the regular basis, you kind of have to do videos. And I am just not at a place right now where I want to or feel like I can. And I have tried. I have filmed 6 different first videos and I've gotten rid of all of them. I hated all of them because I just don't feel like it's me. And I don't really particularly love the editing. So for now, I'm just doing my live sales on Whatnot. But that may change. Maybe soon, maybe not. That may change. I'm not sure. Depends on how well things go. I will continue to go live for hauls, for chats. I'm thinking about doing a day where people can ask me stuff and we can like research together, because people always ask me how I find the stuff I do and how I know the stuff I do. And it's really just because I consider myself to be a pretty good researcher. It's not that I know everything, because I don't. But I'm a pretty quick and pretty good researcher. So I thought maybe it would be interesting to do lives where people ask me questions and we you know, go down a rabbit hole and edit and research together. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But for now, I'm doing Whatnot, and I have an eBay, and I'll be live on here sometimes. So yeah. lucite raspberries. I just really like them. Oh, for a second there, I thought they smelled like raspberries, and I was about to trip out, but they don't. It's just my brain playing tricks on me. Oh yeah, send me, Sandy. You know I'm always happy to fall down a rabbit hole. And I also don't let stuff go. That's something people who know me know. When I can't find something, it bothers me to no end. Even if it's not my problem, even if it's someone else looking for stuff, it makes me crazy. So I am always happy to fall down a rabbit hole. Although sometimes I am too busy. Sometimes people ask me for help identifying stuff, and I have to tell them no because I'll be like inundated with people's questions. And I don't mind helping if I have the time, but it does take time, you know, to research and find stuff. So, all right. So next item, actually items, these are Christ Psycho Ceramics, I do believe. They are Christ. They're banks. So this one, the mouth is open. This one, the hole is in the back of the head. So this one says, if I'm empty-headed, it's your fault. And this one says, put your money where your mouth is. Now, they are supposed to have hair. Both of them are missing their hair. But I don't find Christ pretty much ever near me. Hi! I don't find Christ pretty much ever near me. And I got a pretty good deal on them, so I figured even without their hair, you know, you could glue little poof balls up there if you wanted to, or you could just clean off where the adhesive was and they can be bald, and there's nothing wrong with that. Otherwise, they're both in pretty good shape, so I figured, you know, why not? Why not? Okay, this is my other piece of Fenton. This is the only other piece of Fenton that I bought on my trip, and it is an antique carnival glass. Now, I love antique carnival glass or older carnival glass. I do like the newer stuff too, but the older stuff just has a different look to it. It's pretty easy to discern old from new. And I really like, even though it's simple, I really like the pattern. Just the stripes, because I feel like it really lends itself to the different colors. And this one isn't, it's amethyst. I know it looks marigold in some angles, and that's because older carnival glass always tended to have a coppery finish to it. Yeah, it is the stippled ray. It always had like a coppery finish to it based on like just from the chemicals that they used for the spray, the salt acid that they used, whereas newer carnival is a different formulation. But it is amethyst. You can see the purpley tone right there. And it does have part of the original, not original sticker, but a very old sticker that I just have not gotten off yet. But it's in really good shape. It has some mold flaws, which are I almost didn't buy it because of them, because they look like cracks. And I know that that's going to be people's first instinct is like, oh, it's cracked. But it's not. They're, you see right there, right here. They're not cracks. They are, in fact, mold flaws. Like the mold itself was maybe cracked, and those and the glass settled in those cracks in the mold, leaving that effect, because you can feel them and feel that they're 3D. They're not in, they're out. So I bought it anyway, and I just have to explain that carefully. You know, people know, look, I guess I know it's gonna look cracked, but it's not. I promise. I sell enough glass to know. But it's just really pretty. It's really pretty sitting. You know, the pattern from this side, the carnival, it's just really nice. So that is the only other piece of Fenton I bought. I do have a Viking that I bought, and it is the avocado 3-footed bowl, epic bowl. A lot of these versions are the ones that are, you know, what do you call it? Ruffled? No, ruffled's not the right, like fingered, pedaled, J, pedaled. But this one, it's not. It's just a solid bowl. It's very UFO-like. It's like their saucer line, their epic saucer line. In fact, this might be part of the saucer line. I'm not sure. Hi! Hi, Fat Birds. But it's really nice. It has a little bit of wear to it, but again, I got a really good deal on it. This is, I think, the only piece of Viking I got. I actually didn't get as much glass as most people would have thought, but part of that's because I had to haul it all 7 hours, plus, you know, my luggage and my mom's and my husband's and my brother's luggage and everything else they bought, which was a lot. So I could not see out of my mirror coming home, my rearview mirror, because the car was really full. I spent the last day of vacation packaging all of this to get it home safely. So I didn't buy as much glass as I typically would because I just won't travel well for 7 hours in the car. But it's a really pretty piece. This would be really nice during the holidays. You put some ornaments in here, your candy canes hanging off the edge. You put your elves or your Santas or any sort of little doodad in here because it's a pretty big bowl. I mean, it's a sizable bowl. And then, oh, these are not vintage, but these are the ears that I got. I had them on the head, which I'll show again. That's why they're here. So for those of you who missed the beginning, I also bought this head. It is a vintage glass head. She's black, solid black glass. So I have the ears I bought at the Oogie Boogie Bash on her right now. Take those off. But I never find these, especially, and when I do, they're like usually a ridiculous price. But I got her for a steal. I thought about keeping her to display my ears, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm such a Disney nerd. I have so many ears. I would need like a whole army of these to display them all. So, but she's really nice. She has a really nice face, really nice features. So, and talk about good for Halloween, man. Put a witch hat on her or a wig because she is life size. You know, her head's actually a little bigger than mine. So yeah, you can dress her up for Halloween and she'll still get there in time. She should. So she is going to be available tomorrow also with the other Halloween and other stuff. So I'm really excited to have her. And then speaking of heads, oh gosh, this is a Marwal lady head. Now, usually when you see the Marwal heads, they're Polynesian. I've seen some of the more Asian or East Asian descent. I don't know what country she is from. If anyone knows based off of like her hat and her wear, like her dress, let me know. But she was just really different. Now she does have some pretty significant crazing, and she also has a craze line that unfortunately is starting to crack. But I got a really good deal on her. She was on clearance, and she's just different. She's really well done. She's got the beautiful coral lips and the traditional Marwal eyes. Tuck my head behind her so you can really see her. But she's of some European, maybe German. That's kind of what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure where this type of bonnet was from. She's got lovely blonde hair, beautiful eyes, and I really like her either handkerchief or her dress. She's lovely. So I haven't decided if she's going to be tomorrow or not. I'm not sure with her. She might be a later sale. So if she's one that you're super interested in, check in tomorrow. And if you don't see her tomorrow, then she'll be at a later whatnot sale because I do want to do a little bit more research on her first. Okay, and then this piece is a compote or footed bowl. It is trophy style, so it has two really nice handles. Now, I haven't researched this one yet because I forgot I bought it, to be quite honest with you. It got stuck in another box, and so I just unpacked it. I almost think it's Viking. Maybe Ellie Smith, but I almost think it's Viking, just judging by the color. It is so blue-nique blue. If anyone knows differently or knows for sure it is or isn't, please let me know. I will be researching it after the live, but yeah, it's so blue-nique. If it is not Viking blue-nique, then I don't know, because that's just so how it reads. You know, blue-nique has that interest, like that unique, hello, hi guys, with my face. You think it's Westmoreland? Do you know what blue this is? Because this is the closest thing to blue-nique that I've ever seen, and I thought the Fenton Colonial blue was close, but it is like super close to blue-nique. I don't know, when I research it later I'll know for sure, but I haven't researched this one yet. So this one will not be available tomorrow. This one will be at a sale I have coming up in a few weeks that is all blue and green decor. This one will be at that sale. So I have a little more time to research it, but yeah, this one is not tomorrow. And then, you know, when I went down south, I really thought I was going to see more swung bases. Really, really did, because I don't see them very often where I live, up in Northern California or Northern Central California. So I really thought I'd find more in Southern California. I did not see a stinking one except this one. And it's not even, I think it's a newer, yeah, it's definitely a newer version. Like it's a, you know, maybe Taiwan swung base. It's still really pretty, and it will add interest to your swung bases because it has like a swirl to it. Now it has a line here, that is a straw mark. It's a line in the glass, a swirl in the glass. It's not a crack. And I will cut this off, but it has like a white swirl in it. And a clear top, fingered, really nice shape. Has a semi-polished pontil on the bottom, so it is hand blown. But you know, it's the only one I saw. And I really was expecting to come home with a couple. So that was the only thing that really, really surprised me, because I follow quite a few other resellers that live down there, and they find swing bases galore. So apparently they're not in Orange. They're elsewhere in Southern California, which makes sense because it is a big area. But yeah, it still would be really pretty if you have swung bases. This would add some interest if you have blue swung bases. Just because it has that swirl and it's a little bit different of a color than most blue swung bases are. So yeah, it's, let's see, I'm covering I have a measurement mat here. It's about 11 inches, so it's like a mid-size swung base. So yeah, that's the only one I found. So also, this has nothing to do with anything, but just taking a sip of my drink reminded me. Someone messaged me and asked me why my catchphrase for my business is thrifting California on caffeine and a dream. That's why, because this is an energy drink. It's 5 p.m. almost in California. I drink a lot of caffeine. Admittedly, I drink a lot of caffeine. I run off caffeine. So that's why my catchphrase is running on caffeine and a drink, because I literally function off caffeine. You know. So I just figured I'd let everyone know in case anyone else was wondering why all my stuff says that. It's because it's true. All right, so this is the next piece I got, and it is really pretty. It is not a vintage, it is contemporary, but I just figured it'd be so nice for the holidays with the red and the white and the clear. It has a slight iridescent, well, not so slight on camera. It's less iridescent in person, but it is still really pretty. It has a clear base. Now, it is made in Mexico, hand blown, and it is lovely. This would look really pretty. Let me put a little sneaky peeky. You can put your knee huggers in it for the holidays, or if you have a large gazing ball, or not globe, but like a glass ball, like one of the crackle balls, or a large ornament would look really nice. You could be a freak like me and flip it upside down and use it this way and use this as a riser. So I just thought it was really nice, and even though it's not vintage, it is a really, really nice piece of glass. This I couldn't resist it. It's a little sewing cabinet thing you would put on the wall. Now, it does have a split in the wood there. It's separating down here a little bit, but the drawers themselves and the faces on them are still really, really, really in good condition. So you got your needles, and it is a drawer that pulls out. You got your utility, and you got your pins. You pull them out. They look like, their faces remind me of the faces on like Thomas the Tank Engine, or Thomas the Tank Engine. I don't know why, like their faces just look like the faces of the trains to me, but they're just so funny. Like, why are they all so, like, he looks evil, he looks angry, and he looks sad. Like, do they not like sewing? I don't know. I don't understand, but I like it. They're really cute. So, and it would be easy enough to fix it up to where it could be hung on the wall, even though it's separating right here. You could either just use a little bit of wood glue or just, you know, tape it. You could glue it. I mean, it's really just, it's the back. The front is in really good shape. It's just the back that's an issue. So, and a pretty easily fixable issue. But they're just really, I really like their noses. Oh, maybe they're mad because you pull them by their noses. I don't know. Thoughts? I'm still getting used to talking to myself. Like, I know I'm talking to you guys, but I'm still talking to myself. I'm still getting used to it. I don't know why it feels different than Whatnot. I'm not sure why, because I talk the same way on Whatnot. So I'm not sure why it feels weird. Yeah, that's true, Sandy. You would be mad if you were full of pins and needles and whatever the heck utility is. Yeah, I know, Brie. Isn't that weird? But I don't know why this feels bigger, or like, I don't know. Like, YouTube feels different. It feels more, not serious, because I wouldn't be here if it was serious. I don't think they'd let me on YouTube if you had to be serious. But I don't know. It just feels like more big girl. Like, I feel like I put my big girl pants on. I don't know why. That's a me problem. It's not a you guys problem. It's a me problem. I'm sure I'll get over, but I was straight up terrified to do this live. No exaggeration. I was freaking out. All right. So, next up, oh gosh. Yeah, maybe that's why, Catherine. It just feels so established. Like Whatnot, I feel like I'm growing and learning with Whatnot. YouTube, I feel like I'm a fish jumping into an unknown pond. Maybe, I think that's why. Yeah, and also it stays on YouTube, so any dumb stuff I say is permanent. All right, so I have 2 of these vacuum coffee maker things. They're by Peacock. One is slightly smaller than the other. So the blue one is slightly smaller, but the print is so nice. Here, let's get closer. The colors are so vibrant, and the print is so nice, and they look really nice together too. So the yellow is a yellow background with white flowers with little pink pistils and stamens. They are made in Japan by Peacock. Now the yellow one has a little bit of wear down at the bottom on the back. So, and I don't recommend using it because it does look like it potentially is melted. So these are display, but it's just really nice. I mean, it is still functional, so if you really wanted to take that risk and try it out, you totally could. But I don't know, it's bright and cheerful, and full disclosure, yellow, not my thing. Not a fan. But I like this. This is fun, and this is colorful, and it's bright, and it's cheery. And I actually do like this. I will admit, I do like it. It is cute. J approved yellow. And then here's the blue one. So it's like the traditional turquoise. So turquoise background, white flowers, yellow pistils and stamens. Same thing. This one doesn't have as much wear, just a little bit of scratching on the bottom. So this one was definitely used. Okay, so it's the Peacock Vacuum Bottle Co. Kujaku, Japan. So that's cool. Thank you, Carlene. I really appreciate it. Someone said the blue one is wider. Hang on, let me. No, they're the same width. It's just the blue one's a little bit shorter. It's shorter by about 1.5 to 2 inches. But they look nice together or separate. And this one still has the Made in Japan sticker on it. But yeah, I mean, I got them on clearance. 50% off. I don't usually buy stuff this big. I take that back. I do buy a lot of big stuff. But I don't usually buy stuff like that big. But I really liked them. And then I bought them without thinking about the fact I had to lug them home, and they took up a lot of room. And they were also very heavy, lugging them up and down the stairs at our hotel that didn't have an elevator. So that was my bad. Okay. Oh gosh. Second to last thing I got in LA, I think. These are another personal purchase. I also collect Haunted Mansion stuff. I know, I'm a nerd. I like Disney a lot. Even my shirt is Disney. It's very subtle, but you can see the little Mickey ears. It's Disney. I like it. But these are the Hitchhiking Ghosts. These are popcorn buckets that they did at Disneyland like a couple years ago for the 50th anniversary that I missed. I wasn't there for it. So these are the Ghost popcorn buckets, still in their packaging. And I'm pretty sure the vendor had them mispriced because they usually, all 3 of them together, especially still in the box, sell for like almost $200, and they had them for $45. I'm pretty sure it's probably supposed to say $145, but it didn't. So I got them for $45. I wasn't going to pass it up. So those are mine. Those are not for sale. So that is what I got. No, I have one more item. One more item. Probably the most important item. And Sandy has already seen this. I sent her a picture of it. Oh, gosh. before I turn it around. I guess I should take his little scarf off. Yup. Check that out. Now, full disclosure, it's not technically a Holt Howard. It is a Grant Holt piece. And what that means is after Holt Howard, so Grant Holt, and then the two Howard brothers were a company together. They made the famous Holt Howard company that we all know and love. After they broke up, because the Howard brothers wanted to go do their own thing, Grant Holt purchased some of the licensing for the original pieces that they made and then produced his own inspired by the original pieces. So this is vintage, but it's not as vintage as most of the other pixie ware. They never did a pixie ware cookie jar. I did very thorough research on that. So this is vintage, but it is a Grant Holt production, not a Holt Howard. So that is full disclosure, but it will match perfectly with the Holt Howard because it is still, one half of the team. It is still the Holt part of the Holt Howard. And that is marked on the bottom GHA, Grant Holt Artistry. So these are still very valuable pieces, almost as valuable as the Holt Howards because they do match the Holt Howards perfectly. They're the same mold. This one's just, a jumbo version of the pixie ware. Now, this piece I paid up for. Full disclosure, I paid up for this. I'm nervous to bring this to Whatnot. So if I have a lot of interest, if there's a lot of you out there who are interested in this, knowing full well that this is a higher dollar item, I will bring it to Whatnot. If not, it will go on eBay. So full disclosure. So if I get notification from a bunch of you that this is something that you want on Whatnot, I will bring it, but this one is going for if it did go to Whatnot, it would go to my 1,000 follower sale next week. This wouldn't be tomorrow. So just let me know. You can either let me know in the chat today, or you can message me on Instagram and let me know, like, hey, I want that on Whatnot. But yeah, full disclosure, it will be starting over $200 because these are still very hard to find and they are still very valuable, just like the Holt Howard pixie ware. So, but I was really excited to find it, and it is in wonderful condition. It has no chips, no cracks. It has a little bit of crazing, which is, as expected. And it is airtight. The fact that it's a little bit more contemporary than the normal Holt Howards, it does have a rubber seal to it. The rubber seal is in really good shape still, so you can still use it. And you can actually hear it when the stopper is in or when the head is in, and then you take it out, you can hear the air release. It is airtight. So you could use it for cookies or put whatever you want in here if you really wanted to. Now, I know 99% of people wouldn't. It would just use it decoratively, but you could. So I was very excited to find this, and I did pay up for it. And this is actually the very, very last item that I bought when I was in Southern California for my vacation. I was walking out and I did a double take. I was, let me set it down. I was walking past the thing. I caught it out of the back of my eye and I just went. I saw it was tucked in a corner, in a case, buried under some jewelry. Like they were using it as a jewelry hanger. Because of the little nubs, they had jewelry hanging from it. Like they had the jar was covered in other stuff, and they had the head just sitting there with jewelry on it. and I caught it out of the corner of my eye as I was getting ready to walk up to the register to check out with all of my other stuff at the very last mall we went to. So, blind luck and dumb faith, I guess. But I was very, very excited to find it. And I am excited to bring it to you guys. So, we'll see if it ends up on Whatnot or eBay, but how disrespectful. I know. And they obviously knew what they had because they priced it as such. Well, they priced it up. They knew it was a Holt Howard or Holt Howard-esque item, but yeah, I can't believe they were using it for jewelry. But they also had Fenton pieces just hiding in the cabinet that were just like completely hidden by other stuff. So I know, Helen, yeah, so it's not a Holt Howard, it's a Grant Holt, and he did the cookie jars of the pixie ware. The original pixie ware from like the 50s, I think, 50s, did not have a cookie jar version. So he took the mold, he acquired the mold and the original licensing from the company when they broke up, and he made newer versions to match the original designs. So if you see GHA on the bottom, it is Grant Holt Artistry. So that's one half of Holt Howard after they broke up. So if you're a Holt Howard purist, maybe it's not for you, but if you're a Holt Howard lover and you want something different that a lot of Holt Howard collectors will not have, it would be great for you. Like if you bought any of Sandy's huge Holt Howard haul from her, this would be really nice with your collection. So that's everything for LA, or for my Southern California trip. So almost everything you saw will be available tomorrow, unless stated otherwise. So I'm now going to go into what I bought right before I left for Southern California. I didn't mean to buy as much as I did, but we had an antique fair, a biannual antique fair in the town next door. And then the antique stores in my hometown, when I went to go visit some family, were having a bunch of sales. So I ended up with a lot. So I have a lot of inventory right now. So let me rearrange. And just a reminder, if you were interested in any of those items, pretty much everything will be available on my Whatnot, which is the same username as my Instagram, which is Harper's_things. I am not Harper, as I'm sure most of you know now. My name's Jay. Harper's a cat. In fact, she's my logo. So the cat you see on my logo, that's Harper. She's not even my cat. She's my mom's cat. So it's a long story. But I guess I'll work backwards. So these are items that I just purchased. So I went to Stardust, which is a store that I used to sell at. It is in Sacramento, and I had to stop selling it because it was just too long of a drive for me every week, unfortunately. But it's a really lovely store. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll actually see my store tour that I did of some of the booths and some of the things you'll see at Stardust. It is a really cool store. It's not an antique store. It is they consider themselves a vintage emporium. So really good for collectors. It's not necessarily for resellers, but it is so cool. And fun fact, the owner and I discovered that we're actually cousins when I was signing up to be a vendor there. Turns out we're cousins. So that was fun to know. But the owner and her son are lovely, lovely people. I'm friends with some of the vendors. For those of you who watch my Whatnot sales, if you see Kelsey jumping into my chat from Bizarre Treasures, she is a vendor there. Lovely people, lovely place. So much fun. There are things I see there that I've never seen anywhere else. So 10 out of 10 do recommend. Not paid to advertise. I don't sell there anymore. It just really is a good store. But I got one of the booths had 50% off of all poodles the other day when I went in. We were coming back from Pumpkin Patch, and I'm not usually on that side of town, so we stopped in. So I got this. It's real hair. and it has all of its hair. It is in like such good shape. It even still has its little floral or little fabric rosette. Hand painted. Now, the only issue is the hair on the tail is like, it needs to be re-glued. It has like a little pocket that needs to be glued back on. But otherwise, all the hair is present. It is so stinking cute. It has a little pearl necklace on it, still tied on. I mean, so cute. It says, oh, there goes the tail. A language I can't read. Tuo molta solitoria. I don't know. It has letters that have like little dots over them. I can't remember what this is called. When I first read it, I thought it was Italian because tuo molta is a word or like a phrase or like a name in Italian, but the other word is not. So I don't know what it says, but it does say 2/8/1966. So if this was like a Valentine's gift or a birthday gift or something from 1966. And it's just so stinking cute. So cute. And I love that it has all its hair. And this is like the softest freaking hair. So I don't know if I'll glue the tail back on or if I'll let the buyer do that, just because I don't want to, you know, ruin anything or get glue in the hair or anything like that. So we'll see. But this one will be at my 1,000 follower sale. This one won't be tomorrow. Pretty much everything from here on out will not be tomorrow's sale. It will be future sales that are scheduled on my whatnot. Second thing I got, and this actually, I lied. This actually will be tomorrow, just because I want to make sure it gets to whoever buys it before Halloween. But this is a hand-blown glass pumpkin. It is a little itty-bitty thing, but it weighs. It is hefty. And I like, it has the spelter on it still, so it's got like rough texturing to the glass. Now some of it's kind of pokey, but it's not like dangerously so. But it's like a chrome glass stem, curls around, and like an olive green speckled pumpkin. Hand blown. Really nice, really interesting design and colorway. So I want to make sure that this gets out to whoever before Halloween, even though this would really transition into the fall. I know it's not orange or yellow, but it is more of like an olive tone green, which I feel translates to the fall really well. So yeah, so I just got those two. Now the rest of this is all stuff that I bought right before I went to LA. So I got these knee huggers. These are the first knee huggers I've ever found. And I got all three of them. They still have a little tag on them, sorry. They're really cute. I don't see them, well, ever. But I found them at an antique mall in my hometown, which is Brentwood. And yeah, they're just cute little knee huggers. They have little plastic boots. Two of them do anyway. Have little plastic boots, which, I mean, I don't know much about knee huggers, but I don't feel like I've really seen that. I don't know. And they have different faces. So like these two both have the plastic boots, but have different faces and heads. Like this one has a wider, shorter head, and this one's got a longer, thinner head, and is in the white, which is different. This little spiky hat. And these two are in good shape. Pretty good shape. A little dirty, but pretty good shape. This one, a little less good shape. I know you do, Sandy. I sent these to you. As soon as I found them, I immediately left the store and sent them to Sandy. I was like, I found knee huggers. Now, this one must be the face that they base like Elf on the Shelf off of, because that's definitely the same face they used for Elf on the Shelf. But have you ever found a knee hugger where their head moves? I don't know if that's a thing, that's normal. The other two don't do that. But yeah, it's the head moves. Now, this one I think is older. The fabric feels older. It looks older. In fact, it looks like, I mean, yeah, it kind of looks like it was hand sewn. Like you see no, it definitely feels older. No, what? Yeah, it's weird that the head moves. But I don't know if maybe he has a replacement body or something. I don't know, because it looks like his clothes are hand sewn onto him. But the felt feels like that old, like the old felt, you know, it's very worn feeling. And the hat feels the same way, and the hat's glued on. Now this piece is loose, but you can kind of see like the discoloration. Like he definitely has some wear and some age. He has black stuff in his ears. I don't know why. Probably comes out. But yeah, he's different. I don't know why the head moves though, and it does, it swivels. It doesn't turn all the way around, but it definitely swivels, and it's not loose. Like it won't pop out, so kind of weird. Kind of weird. But yeah, he's a cute little, he's very simple, but I thought it was interesting that his head moves, because you can set him sideways and turn the head. So instead of him sitting straight forward, you can position him differently, which I think is kind of cool. So Sandy, if you need another knee hugger with a head that turns, got you covered. Now the next thing that I got actually a couple of them. These are Fenton. Originally they were salt cellars. Now, well, not nowadays, they don't make them anymore, but then in the 40s, 50s, they were then known as ashtrays. So these are 40s, or these are from the 50s and 60s. So these would be ashtrays. And they do have a spot on either end of the canoe where the cigarette will sit. These ones are Fenton. For some reason, when you Google these, they come up as Ellie Smith. I can tell you with certainty these are not Ellie Smith. Ellie Smith may have made some, but these ones are not Ellie Smith. I can tell just by the pattern of the daisy and button, the color, and I just can tell. As someone who sells a lot of Fenton, they're not Ellie Smith. They are Fenton. So this is the colonial blue daisy and button canoe. The canoes were first produced in the 20s, but these ones are the 50s. So the 20s ones would have been a little smaller typically and would have been used as salt cellars. These ones are ashtrays, or this one is an ashtray. It has spots for a cigarette there and there. And then I also have the colonial orange. Most people call it amberina. Fenton being what they were, called it colonial orange. So you have your colonial blue, your colonial orange, which they later on just called orange, even though it is an amberina. It is like an orange and yellow and red. And this one does have a cadmium glow. I don't know if it'll show. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it on camera. I'm facing a window, so it's kind of hard to show. But it does have a cadmium glow, quite a bit so in the bottom, and then the ends of the canoe. And then this one is also an ashtray, so it has the spots at the ends. Now this one is a little different. This one is the same mold, but they repurposed it. This one, also Fenton, is a candle holder. So you would put the little teeny tiny taper candles in there. Which is why on these ones, you'll see there's a circle maybe you'll see there's a circle. Yeah, you can see there's a circle in the middle. That's from where they modified the mold. So the mold probably had a piece that would be interchangeable to accommodate either no candle holder or candle holder. And then I also find that the little spot where you normally would put a cigarette is less pronounced on this one. I guess just to make it clear that it's not an ashtray. So yeah, it's a little bit different. I have those 3. I bought them all from the same person. They had other ones, but these were the only 3 that were in good shape. So I think maybe they were a collector. Looking for red and stripe ones. Red and stripe. Oh, you're looking for red and stripe, red and white stripe knee huggers. I almost never find them. In fact, I found these in my hometown, which is an hour away from where I personally live. So I don't hardly ever find them where I am. But I will keep an eye out because I do know they are very popular. Lots of people love them. Even though they're not my personal thing, I can appreciate why people like them. Truly. Okay. These are freaking cute. So this is a chain family. Now the chain is broken, so it will need a little bit of repair. But here's the mama or daddy or parental figure mouse. They are pink. I know it's coming off white, but they are like a baby blush pink in super good shape. And then here are the 2 bebés. So one is sitting and one is on all 4s. And the one that's on all 4s appears to be in a diaper. So he must be a toddler. And this one, oh, this one's in a diaper too. They're in diapers. So they must be twins. And that's a really stressed out mom or dad dealing with some toddler mice that are going through potty training or something. But they got their little bow ties. They have gold detailing on the ears and just here and there throughout. They obviously still have their chains. So all I have to do is put a ring to connect bebés to parent. But yeah, they're in really good shape. No chips, no cracks. And they're different. I've never seen these ones before. Really, the only thing that seems to be worn is their eyebrows. They had eyebrows at one point. But honestly, if I was dealing with a bunch of toddlers, I probably wouldn't have eyebrows anymore either. But he actually looks like maybe he's playing with them. Like he looks very happy. I don't know, they're really cute. So picked those up. They're different. They also look really nice with like the Fenton shoe. Really nice, like similar tone of pink. If you were looking for matching product. Oh, sorry. Someone was opening the door. I wasn't sure what was going on. I'm at my mother's house or at my parents' house because even though we live on the same property and have the same internet, hers seems to be better than mine. I think maybe her satellite gets better signal than mine does at my house because I wouldn't be able to do this at my house. So next thing I got are these cute little cat salt and pepper shakers, and they say magnetic, and that's because they are. I know, Sandy, but you know it's like a 3-year wait list in my area because everybody and their mother wants it because we have no other options besides the company that we have. That sucks. So yeah, it's an estimated 3-year wait list around here, which is a huge bummer. I wish. But yeah, they're just so cute. They have googly eyes, which, you know, we've already discussed. Totally into that. They have the little bells. I love that they stick together. Now, the magnet's not super strong, but they do, in fact, stick together. Like, you can feel the pull. I like these, got red eyes, and then that one's got black eyes. They're both kitties. I literally just, while I was at Stardust, saw the dog version of these. The dog version is pink. But I kind of like these ones better. I don't know. Probably because they're cats. And I really like cats. I have a lot of them. But yeah, they're just really cute. They're different. They're all salt and pepper. They're just so cute. And I think that swirl is supposed to be their tail. You would think the tails would be on the back. Apparently they have their tails on the front, which is fine. And then I got this wall pocket, which I had to phone a friend and ask Misty. I was pretty sure it was PY, just based off the face. Yeah, they have black ones of the cats too. I was pretty sure it was PY based off the face because I sold the PY face plate, the flower one, to Sarah, the traveling button, not too long ago, and it's like the same face. But I wasn't sure because this one doesn't say PY, and they usually do. It just says made in Japan. But Misty let me know it is in fact PY. It's in pretty good shape. It has a little nick right there. But apparently that, well, it doesn't look like it was a recent nick. Like, it looks like the nick itself is aged. But the lady said it was recent, and so she marked it down. And so I bought it right after she marked it down. So, but it's still stinking cute. And I don't find that, like, when you look at it, you don't really see or pay attention to the neck. So it is a wall pocket. It will hang. It has a little wire here, but you could also just hang it through the holes. And it's just really cute. Super cute. Now this next piece is a conundrum like wrapped in a mystery. In that nobody knows what the heck it is. I have submitted it to vintage communities for identification help. I have submitted it to EAPG. Nobody knows how old it is, what it is, other than maybe a vase. Who made it? No idea. But it is a jadeite thing. It is octagonal, and it has a custard leaf design on the sides. Leaf or wing, I'm not really sure. Goes different directions. And a custard lip. Now, it is slightly downhill. So maybe it's a studio piece. I'm not sure. But I mean, it is crazy. Ask George. Yeah, I try not to ask other resellers, especially ones that I know get inundated with questions. And I would feel pretty confident that he wouldn't know, considering I've asked actual glass professionals, like glass appraisers, and they had no idea either. Nobody knows. I mean, I don't know. I venture to say it is antique or antique approaching just by the fact that it is old jadeite and just the feel and the look. But it doesn't have the rough bottom like antique usually does. So I don't know. Is it a studio piece? Was it a practice piece? I don't know. But it glows like no tomorrow. I mean, and this is in a pretty bright room. I mean, look at my face. I'm like the Wicked Witch of the West. I mean, it is crazy. And in the dark, it's even more so. So, and the custard also glows because, you know, custard. And it's kind of bright, so you can't really see. The custard also glows, but not as much as this jadeite. I mean, the whole thing is like a green light bulb. Me too, Catherine. Jadeite is not usually, I, again, really appreciate it, and I appreciate the way it looks, but it's not my thing. But this is cool, and it's weird. It's like too shallow to be a vase. A weird shape. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's cool and it glows. So if you are somebody who collects uranium glass, this is going to be at my blue and green sale in a couple weeks. So no, this one's going to be at my 1,000 followers sale next week. I'm losing track of where I'm selling all this stuff. So this one will be on Whatnot in a couple weeks. And it's just, it's crazy. The glow on it is crazy. So, all right, let's move on to the bigger stuff. Actually, no. So I got some dream pets, which again, I don't normally pick up, but I got them for a really good deal and they were just sad. They were clearanced out. They were getting ready to like just donate them because nobody wanted them. And they were from a antique store or a vintage store that's typically specializes in furniture. So this wasn't really their thing either, but they are dream pets. This one is, it says R. Dakin & Co. Imported 1961, made in Japan. So this is the farmer horse, or the sheriff horse, because there is a farmer donkey, but this is the sheriff horse. Now, his hat has seen better days. He has a straw hat, or a mesh straw hat, and it is not, you know, it's seen better days. It does have a string that can tighten, and you can actually put it on his head, but I don't want to mess with it. It's in pretty good shape, minor staining, but I mean, he's cute. He's really cute, and he has posable arms, which I think is fun. So you can have him going like, woo! Have his hands on his hips, something like that. His face is really cute. One of his eyeballs is upside down. I just noticed that. Like, this one goes upward, and this one goes downward. Well, that's different. So, that's fun. I mean, they were typically hand detailed, so. And then I have the deer, which this one reminds me of Amy, Enamor Amy. One, because she's a deer lover, and it very much resembles Bambi, but also it has a teal bow on it, and that's her color. And then it has the imported by Ardak, and this one still has the original tag with its ID number on it. So it was model number 920, made in Japan, San Francisco, California. And it also has its tag down here. This one was 1959. And it's a corduroy body with little spots on it. It has eyelashes. It is just so stinking cute. It really makes me think of Amy. Look at the tail. The little fluffy tail. So cute. I think, will it stand? Oh my gosh, it'll stand. I don't have anything. Hang on, I buried my board again. It stands, guys. Gotta move everything. Buried my board. How stinking cute. Oh my god. I love it. It's so cute. I love that it stands. I don't know why that matters to me, but I love it. And then we have this cat. Now I know you're probably looking at me like, Jay, that's a dog. I agree. It looks more like a dog. But the original Dream Pets tag says that it is the large number 923B cool cat. So this is in fact a cat according to Dream Pets. Now I guess the tail gives it away that it is a cat, but it is a like baby pink. Its eyes are closed. Definitely has dog ears, but you know, it's fine. It's a special type of cat. So it's in pretty good shape. It has a little bit of staining. That's rust. It definitely looks like it was up against something rusty. But otherwise, the velvet is in good shape. The tail is positionable, so if you want to, have like a wiggly tail, you can. Now, okay, I lied. This one is in less good shape. I forgot about that. It looks like it had come separated in the body and someone stitched it shut, but it looks, I don't know. Yeah, someone definitely stitched it shut. So this is the only one that has like major conditional issues. The other two are actually in like really good shape. But it's still really cute, and this one is tight. Like they're all pretty stiff, but this one, because they're stuffed with sawdust. These are like the OG ones. They're stuffed with sawdust. This one is like it's solid, man. You can hit somebody with this. So I like that it has its original tag. Yes, it has the repairs down here where someone took the time to stitch it back up. But I love that because it shows someone loved it and took the time to fix it instead of throwing it away. So I don't know, I love that, guys. I love that. So all three of these will be available in a future sale. It also stands. This one, that's no surprise because it's so stiff. It's so stiff. I mean, it literally you can knock with it. It's so solid. But it's cute. It's so cute. Now this, I don't remember what this is. Feels like a vase. You ever buy so much you don't remember what you bought? Oh yeah, it is a vase. I remember that. So this was also in the clearance bin out there with the freaking Dream Pets. And I got this for 99 cents. And I know clear glass is like not everyone's cup of tea, but it's a clear swung vase. So it is swung. It has the mouth. It's been, they swing it like this. And it's etched. So it has an etched floral design on it. And I think that's lovely. Goes all the way around. It's got like little smaller etchings up here and then the main flowers up here towards the front. It's in really nice shape. And for 99 cents, I was like, I'm not going to pass that up. Again, this was one of those items they were getting ready to just get rid of. I was like, no, I'll take it. I'll take it. It's coming with me. So, and I like clear glass. I really do. It looks really nice with your colored glass, Put it with some accent colors and it really will, it's a different shape. It really will add a unique flair, especially with the etching. I really like the etching. So if you have less of like a kitschy or mid-century vibe and more of like an elegant, ornate design, this would be a really good swung vase for you because it does have that etching. And I'm pretty sure it's wheel etched. Yeah, I do. I think it's wheel etched, which takes a lot of talent. So it is lovely. And I know because it's clear, it's really hard to show it. So I know you're not getting to see the true etching, but I really like it. Okay, now the next few pieces are contemporary. They're not vintage, but they are very vintage inspired. And I got them for a steal of a deal from a vendor who was consolidating her booth and getting rid of everything. She was getting rid of everything. So I got everything 75% off. So these are Polish glass. They are contemporary. They are Womer. They have their Womar stickers still. So right there it says Womar glass, handmade in Poland. So they are hand blown and then they are hand blasted and hand painted. I have this one and a matching one of a different shape in this pattern. Really nice for fall. Even though it has the sun, it's very fall colors. And if you don't want the sun, you just turn it around. And the blasting is thick enough to where you don't really see the sun on the other side. So if you really don't like the sun, you can turn it around. So I have that one and another one in that pattern. And then I have, oh God. I have this behemoth. So this is also Womar, contemporary glass, and this is a thickum. Like look how thick that glass is. It's about a 1/2 inch thick. So again, this is clear glass, but it's been sandblasted, hand painted detail, very vintage-esque. It would very much go with mid-century modern design. It would go with your 70s like groovy design. It will also go with modern decor. So it doesn't have the design on the back, but it does have the sandblasting and the clear. So I liked them. I thought they were different. And I like that even though they're contemporary, they will still very much blend in with your vintage decor. I really think they will. And then the last one I'll show of the Womar, I have like 5 or 6, but I have this one. This one I think is my favorite. So it's got the same like sandblasted orange and yellow, the hand painted design, and it also has its sticker. So contemporary glass, so you don't have to worry about kind of the flaws or the worry about the wear that older glass has, but still will very much blend in with your vintage stuff. And then I got this guy. Oh gosh. Very Murano-esque. I don't think it's Murano, but it is a very well done Murano-esque vase. So clear glass vase with a floral design. The flowers are all hand done and applied to the clear glass vase. And then the leaves, it's basically sitting permanently attached into a base made of leaves. Really pretty. I thought it would be really nice for the holidays with the red and the green. Even though it's floral, I think it's really nice. So it's got the 2 flowers. It's got one right there up high, one down below. These glow. Yeah, they do. So the flowers have a little bit of orange in them. They do have a cadmium glow. The green doesn't have a uranium glow, but the flowers do have a cadmium glow. And you can see on the inside, right there, you can see that they were attached with glass to the glass. So you can kind of see that. But they look really nice with flowers in them. Poinsettias would look nice. Pine branches, or even not for the holidays, just cotton buds or pussy willows. Something like that would look really nice in this. And it is a substantial piece. It's really well made. It's pretty large. I think it's about, yeah, I think it's about 12 inches, 12, 13 inches. So I liked it. I liked it a lot. And then I have the amaryllis. Yeah, very well. I don't know my flowers very well. So I'll take your word on that. I'll take your word on that. But this is a Viking 6-petal epic. Now, this one is not a surprise if anyone has been going through my Whatnot catalogs, because this one's already up on my fall sale. I had already put the stuff up before I decided to do this haul, and I wasn't going to take it down. So this is a Viking 6-petal. It is the large one because they do have a smaller 7-inch. This is the 10-inch, so she a biggin. Excellent shape. It needs a little cleanup. I got fingerprints all over it, but hi, Amy. Oh my gosh, Amy, let me show you. Okay, hang on. I already showed this, but it's a Dream Pets deer with the original tag. Look how stinking cute it is. And it has a little teal bow like you. It's your color. So like when I bought this, I thought of you straight away. And I love the original tag. So it has the original ID number. So it was number 920, San Francisco, made in Japan. Isn't that crazy? It's so stinking cute. So I immediately, especially with the teal bow and everything, I immediately thought of you when I bought it. So I'm really glad you popped in. All right. So along with the Viking, I will also have the Empoli. This is also already up on my fall glass sale on Whatnot. So this is an Empoli rib optic. So what that means is the glass is shaped ever so slightly in a rib design, and it gives the appearance of movement. So that is an optical illusion. It makes it look like there's something moving in it or that it is moving. I mean, it is because it's turning, but it's like meant to, if you move your head around it, look like it's moving. That's what it means for an optic. Really good shape. It has almost like a drippy pattern to the lip, which is kind of interesting. But it is in poly in amber, and it's in pretty good shape, or it's in really good shape actually. And then I also have one more in poly. Wait. So this one is also in poly. It is a swirl optic. So the difference is the rib optic was straight up and down. This one is a swirl design, so it's across. So it'll give a little bit different of a optic effect. Still really beautiful. And this one is in a deep amber. I couldn't find the official color name for this one, but it is like a deep orangey amber. And again, has kind of like that drippy pattern on the lid. But it is beautiful. This one looks really nice. I put some twinkle lights in it. Robin, no, I'm just doing a haul. Everything is going to be available on my Whatnot sales for the next few weeks. Oh, got stuck on the carpet. Sorry. Yeah, this is just a haul. It's my very first Whatnot, not Whatnot. It's my very first YouTube endeavor by myself. So we just were doing a chat and showing off what I bought on my vacation and right before. And yeah, just having a good time. Oh my gosh, I've already been live for almost 2 hours. I'm sorry, guys. It's taking forever. Or not, I'm sorry, but you know, I wasn't sure how long I was going, so. Okay. And then I got this cute little girl. Now, when I bought her, I thought she was the Lefton planter. Turns out she's not. She's very similar. But she is she's a different color, and her heart is a little different, and it says something different. So if anyone knows who she is, I would be greatly appreciative. I couldn't find her. Oh, she's Joseph. You know, I couldn't freaking find that anywhere. Because I bought her, you know, a couple weeks ago, and I had asked Misty, and Misty didn't know either. So she is marked Japan and has A1995, and at first I was like, 1995? She's gotta be older than that. It's just an ID number, but yeah, Joseph. Okay, well, that's good to know. Thank you, Amy, because I could not find that anywhere. Now, she is cracked on the inside, which I didn't know when I bought her, because she was freaking filthy, man. You can still see inside is still really dirty, but she had like old floral foam and all sorts of stuff, newspaper, all sorts of stuff shoved in her. So the crack is not on the outside, but it is cracked on the inside. So that's kind of a bummer, but she's still really cute. She's a hard to find Joseph. Well, that would explain why I could not find her. So that's good to know. So hopefully the fact that she's cracked isn't too detrimental. I just wouldn't put anything wet or moist or anything like that. Like I wouldn't plant in her, obviously, but she cute. I mean, it's not quite Valentine's Day yet, but it'll come up faster than we think. So, okay. Grab the other half. Oh, gosh. All right, so these are, I think these ones are left in. I did the research for all of this, I swear. It's just at my house. So these are very multi-purpose. They are banks, coin banks. They say retirement fund on them. There's a his and hers, and they are rocking chairs that do rock. So remember earlier I said I had other stuff that rocks when it shouldn't. They do in fact rock, especially when they have the stopper in them. They will rock. And they're in pretty good shape. They are missing, obviously, the stopper, as I said. And they're also meant to be bookends, which is kind of interesting. You would think something that rocks, not an ideal bookend. But a lot of people were calling them coin bank bookends. So I guess you would put them like this to hold your books. I don't know. I wouldn't personally use them as bookends, but I guess the idea is when they're full of coins, they would be heavy enough to be bookends. So I guess that's probably the idea. But they're really cute, you know, they're really good shape. I love that, you know, his foot is like slightly curled up on the other one. I sit like that too, with one foot kind of over the other. He's reading his retirement fund, smoking his pipe. And they don't even really have like crazing to them. No, they don't. They're in really good shape. Oh, they are left in. Yeah, he still has his sticker. Kind of thought so. I was like, I don't think I'm crazy. So made in Japan, left in exclusives. And then here's the granny. She's looking at her retirement fund. She's got a little floral dress. And she's got her shoes like flat on the ground. But again, she's got one foot that sticks out closer more than the other. So I think that's a really good detail. Like just for something seemingly so simple, they're really well detailed, I think. And I love that they're little retirement fund banks and bookends, and they rock. Like it's just, they just do a little of everything, and I just really like it. I like it. I like that they move. They shouldn't move, but they do, and I like it. Okay, now the next piece is a little itty bitty, and it is a brooch. Even just looking at it, it's really lovely. But what really got me was the cage design of it. It is so 3D. It has a very old world caged look to it to give it that 3D style. Now there's a little bit of an animal wear on the leaf right there, but when you're wearing it, it's hidden by the actual pin, like actual flower. But then when I got it home, I was like, those are green stones. Maybe they will. Yeah, they do, in fact, glow really well, actually. Really well. Crazy well. So that's kind of a fun party trick, you know, when you're not using your brooch, you could go stick it in your UV display. But I just really like the cage design of it. I think it's really interesting. It makes it interesting from all angles. So if you have it on a hat, it'll stick out, but it looks interesting even from the front. You know, just, I really like it. And then I have this mystery piece. This came in a lot with other pieces. They made me buy it. I didn't really want it, but, and I can't find anything on it. I do believe it is the base to something. It's missing a part because I don't think it just is like this, but it is 3D. It is old. I can just tell by the feel and the fact that it has a huge inclusion into it. Newer glass just wouldn't have that. In fact, that inclusion is so large, I can tell that it's styrofoam. There is, in fact, a piece of styrofoam in the glass. Somebody did an oopsie. But it's really fun. It's really cool. It is a swirl optic, opalescent. I don't know the maker. I haven't been able to find it. Probably because I don't know what it is too. I don't think it's a fairy lamp, but I don't know what it is the bottom to. Or if it is even a bottom. And then I have this. I don't usually go for toys, but it was 75% off and it was so cute. It is a Fisher-Price parrot. So you roll him, 1963, it says on the back. You roll him and his little wings, you're not gonna be able to see. Your little, can I do this one bit? So his little wings spin. Now, I do believe he's supposed to have one more wheel on the back, maybe? I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But he's really cute. It would be so cute just... You must have this. The parrot, Carrie. I just think he's so cute. And the little tail feathers. He has the original vinyl string. He has a little spinning button hat, and he's in pretty good shape. I mean, all in all, he's in pretty decent shape. He has like a little spinner here, so his wheels, his wings just kind of spin around. We'll keep an eye out on my whatnot sales. I know you always do anyway. You're almost always there, but he will be at a future sale, not the sale tomorrow. I'm not sure which sale he's going to be at yet. But it is so cute. So cute. I loved him. And then, to stick with the toys, I sent this next piece to Misty because I was just enamored with it. Let me dig it out. I buried it. I have a rolling cart next to me, but it won't roll on the carpet. Go figure. Okay, so it is a Fisher-Price mailbox, little postal station mailbox. You would put the different shapes in it, and it does open. This side opens. It's a little flap, and then, oh, what's this? It has a picture of the original little girl getting it for Christmas. And it says Christmas party at 36th Street, Oakland, California. Denise, 2 years old. Now the picture has some, staining. But look at, there it is, right there where my pinky is. That is this specific one. This picture stayed with this piece for well, I don't know how long. I'm assuming this is 50s, 60s. So 60 years, 50 years, this picture has stayed with this toy. And I will not be the one to separate them. It's going to go with it. Has a little bit of wear, but the picture, it did it for me, man. It did it for me. I'm not usually into the toys, but this, first of all, super cute for a display. Stick some flowers or, a little figure or something in there. But the fact that it has the picture to really give it a story kills me. I love it. Love it. I love stuff like that. So I sent it immediately to Misty. I was like, look what I found. Because she's very much like that too. So we geeked out over it. But it was really, really exciting. All right. Switching gears back to the glass, I have Blunique. Viking. Swung vase. Now, this one, I know I said I didn't have any swung vases. I didn't find any swung vases other than the one I showed earlier in Southern California. I bought this one here in Northern California at the antique fair. So, it is a blue neek. It is 15 inches, 15 and a half inches tall. Perfect condition as far as I can tell. I had to get some staining out of it, so it had Windex and warm water soaking in it for a couple days. But it has a really interesting mouth to it. It's just like one finger. It's like giving, I mean, I hate to say this, but it's like giving you the middle finger. So one finger up. I won't emulate it, but see what I mean? I just think it's different. It's less mouthy and more like hand-y, which I guess makes sense because they're called fingers. But this one will be for my 1,000 follower sale. So this will be on that sale if you're looking for a blue neek. But going back to the piece earlier, see what I mean? They're the same color. That's why I really thought this one was Viking, because they're like identical in color. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to research it. If it's Westmoreland, then that is the closest color to blue neek that isn't blue neek that I have ever seen. Okay, I got 2 more pieces, guys, and then I think that is it. So we're going to be like right at 2 hours, I think. Let me unbury them. Oh, gosh. Okay. So, second to last piece is a Viking, or no, it's not, Jay. It's an Ellie Smith Simplicity line. Now, very similar to the Viking. It has a very similar petal design. This is in a deep amber color. I wasn't able to find the official name. I'm still looking for it, truth be told, but it is a deep amber, very similar to that Empoli that I showed earlier. Very deep root berry amber. Beautiful, beautiful color. It has a little bit of a spot. It's definitely an impact spot. So it's not a shatter, not even so much of a chip, but it is like a spot, something dinged up against it. But if you just turn it this way, voila, you never know. This is going to be available at my fall glass sale. It's already up in the catalog. So, yeah, it's just really pretty, really nice color. I like this color of amber, truth be told, better than like a traditional lighter color amber. It's just deeper, richer, warmer. To me, it just has more depth, more interest to it, in my personal opinion. I do like normal amber also. I'm team amber glass. But I do like this deeper, richer version of the amber best. And then my final piece, I gotta roll this back. Hang on. It is a behemoth. Oh, sweet. I gotta weigh this thing. This might very well weigh more than the Murano I sold to LaDonna. And that thing was almost 15 pounds. So I have this. This thing is huge. It is a vase. It is a speckled vase with a red satin finish over clear. And it is huge. Now, I don't know. I bought this from the same person I bought all the Womar from. I don't know. I don't think this one is Womar. But I don't know. But I just thought it was really interesting. It'll look really nice with... It's tall enough you could put some tall cotton branches or pussy willows or something like that in. If you collect vintage yardsticks, that would look nice in here. It definitely can be a floor vase. It is heavy enough. Like, it's not going anywhere. And it's just, it'll look good with your mid-century decor, even though I don't think it's mid-century. It very much will go with your stuff, especially if you have some of the speckle and splatter glass and pottery, this will look nice with that. So I almost didn't pick it up because of the size, but I thought, you know what, with some discounted shipping or something, sure, why not? You know, buy a sticker and then you can get this behemoth for half price shipping or discounted shipping. So it will be coming to a future Whatnot sale also. And it is hefty. Just be aware, it is hefty. So that is the last thing I think I have to show you guys. I do believe that that is it. So if anyone has any questions for me or has anything they want to say, anything I can work on, because I definitely am down for Cindy, yeah, it will be on Whatnot. Right now I will just be selling on Whatnot. I haven't gotten up the bravery to sell on YouTube yet by myself. Maybe someday, but I will be doing lives more often. So keep an eye out for that. But if anyone has any advice for me or any things I can work on, I definitely would be down to hear that. Don't be like, you know, mean about it or anything. But if you have things that I need to improve on, please let me know. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. Thank you for being here and sitting through this. I didn't think it was going to be this long, but I talk a lot. Talk a lot. I know I do. So thank you guys so much for coming. I was really nervous. I really nervous. So I made it through my first one. So that's a hurdle done. And I'm hoping I can get brave enough and get enough of a following and enough doing to be able to do lives. Right now I'm not in a place personally where I want to do edited videos. And I don't personally prefer the non-edited videos, but we'll see. I'm just afraid that my version of what a video would be is not what people are going to want to watch, because I prefer a really highly edited video. You know, I like the dumb stuff like sound effects and corny jokes and stuff like that. And I'm just afraid that that's going to be too much for people and too much for me to do too. But I think that's been my biggest hurdle, is really trying to figure out if I'm going to do videos, how I'm going to do them. If I'm going to do them the way that I think will be most popular to people, or if I'm going to do them the way that I personally would reflect my personality best, which is very loud and obnoxious and, you know, noises and faces, and because that's just me. So I haven't figured that out yet, but hopefully soon. Hopefully maybe that'll be the next hurdle to maybe cross. So, but I really appreciate everyone being here. I really do. I was really nervous, really nervous. So I feel better. And you all were very lovely. You all were really nice to me and very patient with me. And I really appreciate it. I really do. So thank you so much. I'm not sure when my next one will be. I would love to make it a weekly thing, but I don't shop that often to do a weekly haul. So, because obviously I have enough inventory for a while, but I'm going on a private pick this weekend. I totally forgot. So maybe I will do another haul next week for the stuff I buy from the private pick. I'm going to my best friend's grandma. I'm picking her estate. So I know she has some good stuff. She has some Roseville pottery. She was a huge Roseville collector, and I don't get Roseville that often. So keep an eye out on my Instagram. That's where I do all of my announcements and my communication with everyone about what's going on. And I will let you guys know when my next live's going to be, my Whatnot schedule, have all that jazz. So yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys all have a good night. Sorry for keeping you guys so long. So And I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget about my Whatnot sale. So if you guys were interested in the stuff, my Whatnot sales are now on Wednesdays, not Mondays. Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. So hope to see you tomorrow.